this type of victimization can happen to anybody.
A recently published book that takes readers into the dark underworld of sex trafficking in Canada was written by a Winnipeg author who used his first-hand experience in counter-exploitation and sex trafficking to create a story of fiction highlighting the terrible fact that the sex trafficking industry in Canada is getting bigger.
It's still a major and growing issue in Canada.
Bob Christmas is a Winnipeg police officer who holds a PhD in peace and conflict studies and wrote the book The River of Tears, drawing from his own personal experiences of helping victims and arresting criminals to help readers get a better understanding of the ongoing tragedy of sex trafficking in Canadian society.
What I tried to do was offer insights into the police-Indigenous relationship and also the social conditions that lead to people being more vulnerable, less resilient to being targeted in the sex industry.
The main character in River of Tears is an Indigenous woman who distrusts police but needs their help to find her missing sister who has been abducted into the sex industry. Christmas says in Canada, Indigenous women are far more likely to become the victims of sexual crimes and sex trafficking compared with other groups because of long-standing issues of social inequality that continue to stem from the history of residential schools, the 60s scoop, and other failed assimilation attempts in Canada.
So I think the message here is that there's something that all of us can do towards reconciliation in Canada and towards rectifying some of our biggest social challenges, one of which, of course, is sex trafficking and sexual exploitation.
Christmas says he wants all Canadians to take up the challenge to help put an end to sex trafficking. According to the Canadian Centre to End Human Trafficking, a survey from November 2021 reveals a crucial need for greater public education on the subject, specifically in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, after 75% of respondents said they didn't think they could spot or recognize the signs of human trafficking, while 51% said they don't believe human trafficking even happens in their communities. Christmas says we all have a part to play in ending sex trafficking in Canada.
No matter where you are in society and what your role is, what your position is, you can end the discourse and say, this is not acceptable in the country that I want to live in our society.
In Winnipeg, Mark Neufeld, City News.